Joe, you can pick either one. Gus Malzahn or Dagan Holgerson? Who's got the bigger, like?
Gus over Holgerson.
Okay, let's go to Gus. Gus Malzahn comes from UCF as the head coach, formerly of Auburn as well, and is going to be the new OC at Florida State. I know that that's what Mike Norvell wants to do. It's the same type of offense of what they want to try to do. Joe, do they have any personnel that Gus Malzahn can work with? I mean, offensive again. Let's go to the O-line. You're going to get Joe. How much better can you get from 2-10? That's the question. You fired an entire staff, by the way. How much better can you get? Now, we've seen this happen before. You saw it right in front of your eyes, my friend, when Brian Kelly went 4-8 and then turned around and won 10 games. It's not as if it's undoable. But, man, this feels like a big feat that Gus Malzahn's walking into that he's got to overcome here.
A lot of credit does, and we've been awfully critical of Norvell and what he's going to be able to accomplish. For what he was facing, and you just brought up Brian Kelly as a good example. For what he was just facing, he handled it as exactly the way that he needed to handle it. Fire the entire staff. It doesn't matter what they did 2 years prior. You have to start.
Or the year prior.
Yeah. You have to get new faces in the room because there was clearly some disconnect across the board. And they purged the roster too. A lot of guys left that weren't bought into the program, and now they're starting over. Gus Malzahn is one of the brightest offensive minds, and this is on a Chip Kelly level type of a hire because he's just that great of an offensive mind.
They were personnel.
Yeah. UCF was awful last year. They still finished 10th in yards per rush, and they also finished 7th in rush yards per game, 229.4 rush yards per game. I think seeing what some of their biggest woes were last year, they're going to have a lot more success running the football. I think that they're going to use Castellanos really well as a runner. I don't know who the next up top running back on this team is because, again, it feels like the whole roster is resetting. If there's survivability for this team, it's going to be because Malzahn takes over. And I feel like his offensive approach and running the ball as effectively as he can with the right quarterback, which he has, is going to help keep them alive and give them a little bit more breathing room after this season.
I know TJ's off in here and he's listening. Let me just say this. Brother, they went 2-10. Like, what do you want me to like? What am I supposed to come in here and say? Like, I want to talk about Florida State. I want to talk about. I mean, they're a blue blood of the sport. And say what exactly? Like, hey, Gus Malzahn's a great play caller, but they're going to be better than 2-10. Well, you're at Florida State. I expect you to be above 8-4. Expect 8-4 to be your floor. Okay, you had a bad year. So what? Who gives a shit? Let's move on, move forward. But Joe, this is different. They have not recruited well enough from a high school level to rebuild. There's nothing there. What's the foundation you're rebuilding on? This is going to take a little bit. You gotta give Mike a little bit of a process here. It's going to be a long runway. For that, I'm giving Gus Malzahn a long runway. And Joe, if they can flip this and turn this around, good on them. Be a hell of a coaching job. I'll say this: if they win 10 games, be the greatest turnaround that I've ever seen. But brother, you went 2-10, and I'm supposed to expect that Gus Malzahn can come in here and flip it like that? No. Tommy Castellanos got benched. He got benched. You went from DJ Uiagalelei, who can't throw a football, to a guy that got benched halfway through the season.
I'd still rather have Castellanos over
I'd rather have
anyone on that roster.
Too.
Castellanos is a great athlete, and I think he'd be a great player. I don't think he fit with Boston College and what they were looking for.
Very fair. Very well may be the truth. But again, Mike's kind of makes some better moves here, man. Especially at quarterback. He doesn't have Jordan Travers. He's in trouble.